The little girl was shocked to discover the plane had been struck by lightning. She decided to take control of the plane and make an emergency landing on the sea. The flight attendant immediately tried to stop her, because an emergency landing on the sea carries extremely high risk. If a mistake occurs, the plane will break apart completely. She suggested the captain contact the control tower for assistance, but communications were severely disrupted by the thunderstorm. They were temporarily unable to establish contact with the control tower. The captain had no choice but to agree to the little girl's emergency landing, and it was the only option. Drawing on flying experience from her previous life, she took control of the plane to prepare for the emergency landing. Meanwhile, the passengers discovered that the plane's right wing was on fire. They instantly panicked. A top student from an aviation academy was so frightened that he fainted. His parents immediately woke him up and urged him to pull himself together. Maybe they'd need him to fly the plane later to save everyone. The young man recalled that after the captain had been injured earlier, the little girl had been flying the plane the whole time. He became convinced the fire had been caused by the little girl's error. The three of them immediately rushed into the cockpit intending to stop her. When they heard the little girl was going to attempt an emergency sea landing, the young man angrily accused her of trying to kill everyone. Ignoring the little girl's explanations, they attempted to pull her out of the pilot's seat and have the young man take over flying the plane. Seeing this, the captain ordered the cabin crew to stop the three, but the cabin crew did nothing, because she had never believed the little girl could save the plane. If the little girl continued to control the plane, everyone would perish in the fire. The captain fainted from anger. The three mistakenly believed they had caused the captain's death by angering him. They were terrified and immediately left the cockpit. The little girl saw that the captain was suffering from excessive blood loss, combined with a stress response caused by lack of oxygen. She told the flight attendant that if they did not make an emergency landing to get out of the storm area, the captain might lose his life due to hypoxia. An emergency landing on the sea was now their only hope. Although the flight attendant doubted the little girl, she remembered the captain's order that everyone follow the little girl's instructions, so she had no choice but to take the captain to the cabin for oxygen. Then the little girl had her mother assist her. After finding a suitable area of the sea for landing, the little girl formally began the emergency landing. After a series of professional maneuvers, the plane rapidly descended to just above the surface of the sea. When the passengers saw the plane about to crash into the sea, they panicked again. At this time, the young man's mother told everyone that the captain had already fainted, and that the person now controlling the plane was a 9-year-old girl. She urged everyone to stop the little girl, otherwise they would all die. The passengers were furious upon hearing this. They ignored the cabin crew's attempts to stop them, and tried to force the little girl and her mother out of the cockpit, and have the young man, a top student from the aviation academy, fly the plane. Because the wrong password had been entered, they could not open the cockpit door. They had to work together to smash the door open and get in. Seeing this, the little girl told her mother to block the door, to give her more time to complete the emergency landing. If the passengers broke in and interfered, the result would only be disastrous, the plane destroyed and everyone dead. Soon the cockpit door was opened a crack. When everyone saw the little girl piloting the plane, they believed what the young man's mother had said. They started shouting to force the little girl out. Someone took out their phone to record video and upload it to social media. At this moment, the little girl realized that her mother was on the verge of collapsing, but the plane still needed more time to complete the emergency sea landing. She began to wonder whether a crash that would kill everyone was truly inevitable.